let's get started with introductions. So I have two amazing people with me tonight, and we're going to be doing our program together. And I just want to have them introduce themselves for a moment before I kick us off with our program tonight. So I have an amazing lady, Christine Nderitu. She is the host of the Nudge Health podcast. I had the pleasure of being on her podcast yesterday. She's a nutritionist. She's a very vibrant lady and really passionate and committed about helping people with their health and making sure that they're living a healthy lifestyle and that she can coach them for success. So Christine, if you want to just turn your video on for a moment, introduce yourself and say a word or two, that would be fantastic. Oh,
hi everyone. I hope you can all see me.
Yes, we can. Welcome.
Hi.
So just introduce yourself. Nice to see you.
Okay. All right. So like Anne said, I'm Christine and I'm a nutritionist, and like she said, the host of the Nudge Health podcast. And as a public health nutritionist, I do a lot of education. My focus is behavior change. So if you've listened to the podcast, you know I'm constantly talking about living a healthy lifestyle, and I educate on habits and behaviors that you need to adopt in order to have structures that allow you to have a healthy lifestyle. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have you all, and I look forward to equally learning and moving forward and just helping people to live a healthy life.
Amazing. And I know we can find your Nudge Health podcast on Spotify. So if anyone wants to follow Christine, you'll get a lot of great, excellent value. She's got some amazing podcasts there. So welcome, Christine. And Micah, you could go ahead and introduce yourself. I've got an amazing nutritionist as well, Mr. Micah Kibera, who is going to be sharing the presentation with me. So Micah, go ahead and share a few words.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'm also very excited to be here. I'm Micah Kibera, clinical nutritionist by practice, and right now specializing in lifestyle and wellness and looking into weight management heavily. And we have a very excited lineup for you today.
Amazing. Thanks so much for being here. So let's get our event started. Hold on right here. Okay. Great. So we are here tonight. We are going to run a great program. We're going to give you a lot of tips, a lot of ideas, a lot of things that contribute to healthy weight loss, to sustainable weight loss, to sustainable weight management. And what you'll see here, if you're here and you want to lose weight, this is perfect for you. We're starting a 90-day challenge on March 1st. If you're here as a health professional and you can be listening with this in your mind, you can be listening with the idea that you could actually run a program like this as well for your own clients, your own friends and connections. And you can also join in our program as well. So I know that many of you are here. You probably have friends, family members who are really interested in being as healthy as possible this year, maybe have some extra pounds to lose. And we have a lot of health practitioners who will be with us tonight as well, who are interested in the best for their clients as well. So I am going to invite Micah to join me and to kick off the first part of this presentation. So Micah, take it away.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's session. I'll be taking you through the first section, which will be talking about the role of nutrition the role of nutrition in this process of losing weight and trying to make yourself feel better and also gaining back a bit of your health. So thank you so much.
Good, Micah, we're not seeing you. Maybe, there you
are. Sorry. Those.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, so let's kick it off. Let's go. So currently in Kenya, 1 out of 5 men are obese, and 2 out of 5 women are also obese or overweight. So that simply means if you're walking through the streets, by the time you pass your first person, your second person, your third person, your fourth, your fifth, you've already come across someone who is overweight or obese. So that's kind of a scary statistic, because if you look at it, Our population is about 45 million. If you do the ratios, you'll see we have a very high load coming our way, especially since we are soon crossing into the developing countries quota and will be considered as such. Now, the burden of weight crosses beyond our borders and goes all over Africa, goes globally, because if you look at our friends across the seas, North America, 72% of their population, men, are already overweight or obese, and 62% of their population of women are overweight or obese. Here in Africa, we are talking about 27% in men and 40% in women. So we really need to consider this as a health issue we have to tackle. Now, what are the most common afflictions that we are predisposed to due to having weight beyond what our body is supposed to be holding? Number one, diabetes. So you have the challenge of regulating glucose in your system. That means you might have to rely on external assistance, either through oral medication or injectables, insulin. But that's one of the conditions that you are predisposed to if you are overweight or obese. The second one is your heart. It might be doing more than it's supposed to be doing. It might be overworked because of the weight you're holding. And now, if your heart is being overworked, that means hypertension, strokes, and heart attacks become a common exposure to you, and it's a very, very, very high risk to you. The third one is cancers. Now, cancer can be defined as an unregulated multiplication of cells. So you have too much weight. That means there are so many places to hide these cells, especially if you have fatty weight. That brings me to the fourth condition, fatty liver, whereby your liver is storing fats. And sometimes you might even find yourself passing stool that has a bit of fat. So that's a very, 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 very nasty condition to have. The other one is joint issues. You stand up, you have an achy back, your joints, your knees are in pain, your ankles are giving in. So you're finding yourself being diagnosed with conditions like arthritis, of which arthritis can be defined as the grinding of bones against each other. That is too much friction. There's supposed to be something cushioning you, from cushioning the upper bone from the lower bone. Your weight is pushing you down and forcing you to grind your bones. The other one is questions of fertility. If you're planning to expand your family and enjoying your family, and you have an issue of weight, sometimes you find yourself having to go for IVF sessions, that is in vitro fertilization sessions, and also going to visit your reproductive health professionals so that they can guide you. The other thing is the question of mental health. Being overweight or obese, sometimes someone feels as though you have a bullseye on your back, and you might get into situations whereby some remarks are targeted at you and it affects your confidence. And if it affects your confidence, then it definitely touches on your day-to-day performance and living. Now, what is a healthy weight? That should be defined based on individualistic basis. So depending on your age, your gender, your height, or your body composition, that's how you can determine your healthy weight. Now, the scales we use in our house and in most of our setups, even on the streets, the guys with the coins just clanging them together in their hands, calling for people to check their weights, represents, let me call it a unilateral reading, a single directional reading. But now once you start to think of your weight in terms of what are your bones holding? How much fat are you holding? Is there water in your cells beyond what is supposed to be there? How much muscles am I holding? My fats, where are they distributed to? Is it under the skin? Is it around the belly area? Is it around the hips? Those are things you have to consider when you're talking about healthy weight. Now, one of the indices we use to define weight or to classify weight is the BMI, the body mass index. Body mass index is simply a derivative of your weight against your height. It tells us the space your body is holding and how your weight is distributed in that space, the space being your height. Now, BMI is calculated by dividing your weight in kilograms by your height in meters squared. So based on the readings you get from that calculation, you can either be underweight, which is a reading below 18.5. A normal reading is between 18.5 and 24.9. If you go above 25, then you are in the overweight category. And if you go above 30, we start talking about obese, of which we even classify obese further ahead as obesity 1, 2, or 3. We grade them into 3. So BMI is a simple tool for screening. The better way of assessing your weight is when you do a comparison with your body fat and your waist measurement, which tells us about your gap. What is being held around here, just 1 centimeter below your belly button. Now, the best is the full body composition, either through the DEXA machine or the reliable body impedance analysis machine. It divides your weight into the parameters I've talked about. How much bone are you whole? How much bone density do you have in terms of minerals, of course? How much water is within your cells, both intracellular and extracellular, between your cells and also outside your cells? And how much fat and muscle you're holding. So what are the common things that affect our weight? Definitely the first one is, what are you eating? What do you call your diet? What comes from your kitchen? The second one is, after you've eaten, what do you do with your body, your activity level, your exercise? The other thing is gender. Ladies are more predisposed to store fat than gentlemen because ladies nurture the next generation. Pregnancies. Age. The older you get, or the closer you get to what I love calling your golden years, the slower your metabolism becomes and the more predisposed you are to storing. Sleep. The more hours you spend up, the higher the likelihood of you going to snack or having a second serving of your supper and so forth. Stress levels. Some of us, whenever we come across a situation that is really bearing down on us mentally, we do what is called emotional eating. You eat to fill the gap within yourself. It makes us feel good, but it contributes to our weight. Medications. I'll use this as an example. If you're using any family planning method or any family planning medication, it predisposes you to storing a bit of weight. So whenever you're trying to manage yourself, you need to take that into consideration. Medical conditions like hypothyroidism, whereby your body doesn't metabolize as fast as it's supposed to be doing, you find yourself storing a lot. The best way to manage your weight is by watching what you eat, doing physical activity frequently, going through stress management. It is a course. Most of us have to learn it, especially if you're working in a public section or if you're dealing with individuals, and also getting adequate sleep so that the body has time to repair itself. So when it comes to healthy eating habits, these are the points you have to mark down and keep for yourself. Number 1, whole foods are more preferable than processed foods. In a situation of a bit of a lack of resources, if you are doing more of processed, please reduce the volume on your plate. 2, increase the vegetable intake on your plate. The more colorful, the better. It increases your variety. No one vegetable has carried the benefits of all the others. And vegetables have very good fiber that encourage you to feel full. So the time between your meals is extended a bit. So if you used to feel hungry every 3 hours, you find yourself going 6 hours and beyond. Now, controlling your portions. We need to eat according to our bodies. We need to eat according to ourselves. Don't eat according to me. You need to eat according to yourself. Your portions are determined by what you do with what you eat. So don't eat as like a sports active individual, and you know very well you are not sports active. If you're sedentary, eat like someone who is sedentary. Don't overdo. Reducing sugars, especially what we call the liquid calories, our sodas. It's very easy to complete a single glass of juice and repeat it again and again and again than to do a whole plate of vegetables and repeat it again, because compacted, these are compacted calories. This single cup can hold up to 500 plus calories. But before you get to 500 calories on your plate, you'll find a lot of servings of all the major food groups. Choosing healthy fats. Now, there are two kinds of fats you have to be very precautious about: trans fats and saturated fats. Saturated fats is what will lead to even your cholesterol building up. So you have to be very careful with the fats you're pumping into your body. Avocado, nut seeds, and fishes have good fats. Also, we can talk about palm oils and olive oils. Although if you have a cardiac issue, don't touch palm oil or coconut oil. There is something there that can cause you to have a lot of issues. Now, monitoring your carbohydrate intake. Carbohydrates are very good for giving us sugars. Sugars or glucose. Glucose is what powers us. It's our fuel. But if you eat the kind that are whole, the kind that have a lot of fiber, they are processed a bit slower, and their absorption is distributed through your intestines a bit better, because you have about 5 meters of intestines in your small intestines, and that's where the absorption happens. You need it to happen from the go until the end, rather than all of it happening within the first meter. Stay hydrated. Hydration takes care of your skin. Hydration enhances energy and mood. And also hydration helps in absorption of nutrients. Stay hydrated. 2 to 3 liters, especially right now, we have a heat wave in the country. Stay hydrated. Now, regular physical activity. If you are 40 years and below, you need to clock about 30 minutes of activity every single day, regardless of Sunday or Saturday, every single day. Those are the WHO guidelines. And the younger you are, the more the time increases. If you can even clock up to 1 hour, the better. But the bare minimum is 30. And this is how we classify activity. Moderate intense activities are considered something like a brisk walk. Dancing, yes, dancing is a form of exercise. So everyone who's doing a mapiano and throwing their legs up, you are doing a good form of exercise. It's actually cardio. And swimming and cycling. For those of us who want to challenge ourselves, we want to feel the pump and the rush of adrenaline, high intense activities like running, sprinting, and aerobics. The high intense aerobics like spin classes, whereby you have 30 to 45 minutes of high intense, consistent routine, and ball plays like basketball, football, hockey. Those are the kind of activities you can expose yourself to. Now, it is also very important to do something called strength training, whereby you are introducing resistant activities to your body. It helps your muscles grow. If you want to lose weight, reduce your plate. If you want to lose body fat, eat proteins and reduce the portion of carbs on your plate. If you want to tone up, you have to do strength training. And this has to be done on a routine. The routine gives the body time to rest, repair, and keeps you active enough to remember to have something we call muscle memory, whereby the next time you touch the dumbbell, barbell, kettlebell, or you're doing any form, your muscles remember your form. And then it also reduces the risk of harming yourself, because you've been doing this activity, you know the best poses to take. Incorporate physical activities into your daily routine. You have to walk. You have to walk. Walking is a good form of base activity to do on a daily basis. By base, I mean it builds the foundation for everything else. Now, stress management. There are courses out there that teach people how to manage stress, both in the workplace and in our homes. And these are some of the concepts they introduce to you. Exercise helps in mood improvement. Having adequate sleep keeps you well rested and even helps you focus and stay sharp. Supportive social network, your friends. So your friends offer you a platform to talk and actually share what you are having challenges with. And then we always say a problem shared is a problem half solved. Don't carry the weight alone. Speak to someone. Time management. This is where we all suffer. Every one of us has a form of procrastination in us, and time management is a very good tool and skill to have. It's actually a skill on its own. Learn to schedule. Whatever is important takes priority. Whatever is urgent but not important at that particular time, schedule it for a different session, and so forth. Relaxation and mindfulness. Doing meditation, it's very important. Some of us need to wind down by the end of the day so that we can sit down and just take a breath, like breathe in, hold the breath in, and then breathe out. You need to breathe in, feel it in your core, and then exhale it all out. It helps with a lot of relaxation, and it's also a good form of meditation. It helps you internalize the day and lets the waves just sweep through. Now, healthy eating. Yes, our foods do cause us to have some funny exposures. There's a food you'll eat and then you'll have a spike in cortisol levels. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And there's a food you'll eat and you'll relax. For example, coffee. You take coffee, you're agitated, you start feeling the tingliness and the restlessness. That one will, if you're in a situation of stress, it is going to just escalate everything. But on the other side, cocoa has the benefits of helping the body release something called oxytocin, which is, some of us talk of it as the love hormone, but it also helps the body relax. That's why in the evening you hear people talking of a cup of cocoa to relax the day. The last one is supplementation. If you find yourself in a high tense environment, it's affecting your sleep, and sometimes things, simple nutrients like magnesium might be low, causing you to have poor sleep. Melatonin is low because of exposure to the blue light of our screens, so you cannot sleep enough. So you need to supplement with something, but under the guidance of a healthcare provider or a healthcare advisor. Now, sleep is very important. Research has shown that inadequate sleep can lead to hallucination. And we all know the statistics on road traffic accidents that involve long distance haulers or long distance travelers, the trailers and people driving over a long distance. The more deprived of sleep you are, the less focused and sharp you are on the road, and so forth. Adults need to do about 7 to 9 hours of sleep per day to get enough rest. You have to rest your body. It's all about eating correctly, moving adequately, and sleeping adequately. Maintain your sleep schedule. For me, by 10 a.m., clock out. I switch off everything, my screens. If I had a meeting past 10, I'll just reschedule it to the next day. But by 10 p.m., I'm done for the day. Creating a conducive sleeping environment, blackout curtains, stop keeping your phones under your pillows, stop keeping your phones close by. It just keeps disrupting you, because your internet is still on. You're trying to sleep, then you hear a vibration, a message has entered. You hear another vibration, someone calls. So reduce distractions inside your sleeping room. Also, the air in your sleeping rooms. Every morning, air out your bedroom. Stuffiness can affect your quality of sleep. Even taking a shower before going to bed keeps you fresh and you feel the warmth. A warm shower will just put you to sleep. So blackout curtains, correct air circulation in the room. Even if you want to introduce the calming sounds of the ocean and the whale songs, it is okay, but create a conducive environment for yourself. I've talked about electronics and screens. Blue light affects the level of melatonin the body produces. Melatonin is a nutrient. It is a hormone in the body, sorry, and the body produces it to help you rest. The more active you are past hours, the more it reduces. The more it reduces. We have something called a circadian rhythm, whereby we know at night time we are supposed to be resting. I really need to talk to people going for night shifts. I know they doze out a lot. Now, limit your caffeine intake and alcohol in the evening. It really affects the quality of your sleep. Now, what are the 4 key things to take away from this session? Like I said, it's all about eating correctly, moving adequately, and having enough rest. Having enough rest, both mentally and physically. You do that, you're good. You do that, you're good. But there are ways you can keep all this on track. Some of us need assistance to keep all of this in track. And the next session will be led by Anne Turnbull. She's a very powerful lady, and she'll take us to the next session and give us things and talk to us about how we can enhance the process that we have already begun with the first few slides. So thank you so much, Anne.
Thank you very much, Micah. Amazing. That was great information. Thank you. I hope everyone's learned something. So, there's one thing that can take everything off track when it comes to your weight management, when it comes to, living a healthy life. And that basically is your health. If you are unhealthy, if you're sick, if you can't manage your exercise or your sleep or your healthy eating because you're just not well, then everything else takes second position. Everything else becomes an issue. And, in the last 10 years, in the top 10 leading causes of death, 7 of them are non-communicable diseases, and they're just getting worse in the last 10 years. Things like diabetes, hypertension, kidney issues. And so these are all a concern. And our health actually depends on the health of our individual cells. If our cells are healthy, our bodies are healthy. Now, every single cell depends on one thing to be healthy, and that one thing is glutathione. Now, most people have never heard the word glutathione. I've never heard the word glutathione before hearing about it through Max International, but glutathione, if I say the one thing our cells need to be healthy, we actually need 4 things. We need food, which is nutrients. We need oxygen, we need water, and we need glutathione. But what is it exactly? Well, glutathione is our body's natural defense system against toxins, pollutions, and all of the issues that we're facing every single day. So if you think about, being out there, you're exposed to heat, you're exposed to pollution, you're exposed to, other people's illness. We have a lot of things that are facing us every single day. And unless our cells have glutathione, they cannot be protected. So it's a big deal. Now, when we have a lot of glutathione, everything is great. Our immune system is good. Our inflammation is reduced. Our aging is slowed down. Energy is great. Our sleep is amazing. Our mental focus and function is better. And even our athletic performance, everything about our day-to-day lives is better when you have enough glutathione. But the problem is, most of us don't have enough glutathione. So I'm guessing on this call that we don't really have people who are less than the age of 20. So if you are over the age of 20, put a 20 into the chat. If you're over the age of 20, put a 20 into the chat. And what that means is that all of us here are in trouble because from the age of 20, our glutathione levels start to go downhill. That's just normal due to aging. It's just normally how it goes. And About every 10 years, we lose 10 to 15% of our glutathione levels. That's just the normal course of aging. But if you have stress, if you have a poor diet, if you're exposed to alcohol, pollution, if you have medication, all of those things, if you don't get enough sleep, all of those things will cause our glutathione levels to go down even faster. So this is a really big deal, because almost every health challenge you can think of is associated with low glutathione. So whether you're talking about diabetes, hypertension, stroke, arthritis, erectile dysfunction, kidney issues, fibroids, fertility issues, sickle cell, almost everything you can think of is associated with low glutathione. And so the question becomes, what do we do? Because if you take a glutathione capsule orally, nothing can happen. You have to make it inside your cells. You can't swallow it from outside. You have to make it inside your cells. If you take it by injection, it will work for the short term, but it's very, very expensive, and you have to take it 3 or 4 times in a week, probably about $100 a shot. So it's not very convenient or affordable for most people. And so what Max International has is we have the answer for your glutathione. And that answer is something called ribosine. Now, ribosine is not glutathione. Ribosine gives our cells the nutrients we need to make glutathione naturally. And we actually need 3 things in our cells to make glutathione. 2 we always have enough of, but the third one we need is cysteine. Cysteine is just an amino acid, an amino protein, but we can't get enough from food and we can't take it as a supplement. So what our scientists figured out after 25 years of research is how to combine D-ribose, a simple sugar molecule we need every day for energy, with cysteine, the simple molecule we need every day for glutathione. Ribose, cysteine, ribosine. Now, this is a really big deal. The inventor of ribosine is Dr. Herbert T. Nagasawa. And Dr. Nagasawa is an amazing, amazing man. He has 45 years of professorship. He researched ribosine for 25 years to come up with this incredible scientific breakthrough. And now ribosine has over 50 peer-reviewed studies, which is a huge deal because this is a supplement. It's not a medication. And there actually are no other supplements anywhere in the world with this much science behind them. 50 years, 50 peer-reviewed studies, 25 years of research, and it's patented. It's exclusive to Max International. It's 300% better than anything else in raising glutathione in the cells. So it is a really, really, really big deal. And I'm going to go through a couple of our products. Now, our products are all certified by the Banned Substance Control Group. That means athletes and all of us can use them. It also, they're also certified halal, so that anyone who is Muslim can take the products freely. And of course, they're approved by the Pharmacy and Poisons Board here in Kenya as well. Now, Celgevity is our flagship product. You take 2 capsules in the morning, 2 capsules in the evening. And if you're healthy, what most people will notice first is better energy, better sleep, better mental focus, reduced aches and pains. But if you have a health challenge of any kind, the results can really be remarkable. So Celgevity is something that you take to raise your glutathione levels. And it's something that you take every day. Now, everyone is different. Some people will notice the difference in a few days or a few weeks or a few months. So we always say commit for 90 days, try and see. But this is a fantastic product that I would highly recommend. Anyone who is getting older should just be on, just to stay healthy. For me, I've been using our products for over 13 years. I will never stop. There's nothing wrong with me, but I want to make sure that I stay as healthy as possible for as long as possible. Now, Max ATP, I love this product because it works so quickly. Usually when I'm with someone, it comes in a powder sachet. You mix it with water. When I'm with someone and I offer them a sachet of ATP, usually by the time we've finished our discussion, they've already noticed the difference. So most people will notice the difference in 15 minutes. And it is a performance drink. So if you need any mental or physical performance, you will have it. If you have a headache, it will be gone. If you are tired and you have a long day and you know you still want to do more, you will have the energy to do it. If you have to do anything with your brain, maybe you want to do some more reading or studying, you'll be very sharp, very focused. If you have to do anything that requires stamina and strength, maybe exercise, maybe even libido in the other room, anything that requires stamina and strength, you're going to find that you have more stamina, more strength, and better recovery. So this is a great product because it works so super fast. Then our last product we'll discuss tonight is Switch. And Switch is for weight management and weight loss. So it's the perfect product to go with our 90-day challenge. And it's very, very scientifically based. It also includes ribosine. You take 2 capsules before your meal with a lot of water, at least 30 minutes before your meal, if you can. And what people will notice is that their cravings will be reduced, their hunger will be reduced, and they will find that this targets the fat loss while they keep and build their lean muscle. So this is really, really great because a lot of ladies, especially, they don't want to lose their curves, but they just want to lose their fat. And that's what will happen. You'll keep your curves, you'll lose your fat, and this will really help you along with all of those other wonderful habits that Micah was able to share with us. This will really help you in your weight loss journey and your weight loss challenge. All right, so this is a fantastic product. So here are just a few examples of others who have taken a 90-day challenge with our program and with our Switch weight loss product. And you know, every time people use our products, you will have testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony. With Switch, you always want to commit for 90 days. That much is for sure. And so we are going to start a 90-day challenge on March 1st. I'm super excited by it. I'm going to be joining it as well. And, you know, I've been using Switch consistently last year and this year as well. I don't usually use it when I go back to Canada. For my holiday break, I just find that I get busy and I somehow I don't end up taking it. And plus I eat the wrong things when I go back to Canada. You know, my mom cooks for me, whatever she puts in front of me, I eat, and I get some of my favorite snacks that I've been missing. So I usually end up putting on at least 10 pounds. I think in pounds, not kg, but I usually put on at least 10 pounds. So I would say that with my use of Switch, I've dropped about 20 pounds compared to my heaviest, and I still want to drop a little bit more and just get a little bit more fit, a little bit more healthy. And so I've started some exercise, and I'm really going to be joining you in the 90-day challenge and watching my food intake and all of the rest. So how do you participate in the 90-day challenge? So you participate, we're going to have a group who are going to do the 90-day challenge. If you know anyone who would like to attend, who would like to participate, you're welcome to invite them. So you're going to purchase at least your first month of Switch. Okay, we'll register, we'll have a link for registration, and we need to have your before and after pictures. So you can see the pictures here on the screen. We want to see you from the front, from the side, from the back, and from the other side. Okay, and then we're going to do the after pictures afterwards as well. Now you can send your weight in, but one of the things I really enjoyed is Micah has a fantastic body composition machine, and it was really interesting to take my body composition. So we're going to have the chance a week from Saturday in our Nairobi office for anyone who wants to actually take their body composition fully. I know a few of us did it this past Saturday. And we'll be doing it again, like I say, a week from Saturday, not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday, if anyone wants to come in to our Max office to get their body composition done for the start of the 90-day challenge. Now, what does the 90-day challenge include? Well, you're going to buy your MetaSwitch, of course, and then because you bought your Switch, you're now going to be able to participate fully in the 90-day challenge. So one of the things that I think is very important is accountability. You know, and if we're together, we can really encourage each other. We can be motivating each other. We're going to have a WhatsApp group. We're going to have regular tips and motivation for things you can be doing, some recipes, nutrition guides. Like I say, if you want to get your body composition analysis done, you can. Micah is going to be part of our program. I think Christine is also going to be joining in, just so that if you've got questions from a nutritionist, they'll be there to answer the questions. And we're going to have some prizes, all right, for people that really do well in the program. So this is going to be really fun. Would love to have you be part of it. And how much does it cost to get your switch? Well, you can buy 1 month of MetaSwitch for 10,000 Kenya shillings. If you are a member of Max, if you're an associate, then that price comes down. But if you're just a customer, you pay 10,000 for 1 month supply. If you want to get a 2 month supply, you'll save a little bit of money. And if you want to get your 3 months all at once, you'll save a little bit more money. Okay, so that's how much it costs for getting the switch and joining the 90-day challenge. So I'm going to leave this up. You can take a screenshot if you want, so that you have our phone numbers. All right, so you see my number, Micah and Christine. So, you know, some of you may wish to have a personalized nutrition plan that can go with the 90-day challenge. So then you can contact Micah for that. Some of you may be interested in lifestyle coaching. Christine can help you with that. And we're even looking with one of our other team members, who is an amazing caterer. We're looking at creating some meal plans that for those of us who wish to, we could even order those meal plans and have them delivered to us, so that we don't even have to think about what we're going to be eating. So we're working on that. Stay tuned. I'm kind of excited by that. I think that would be something really fun to add to our program.